guys, welcome to Plastic Surgery Education. I am Nikhil Panse, and today we are going to discuss a different topic than we generally do. This is a non-academic topic, but yet it is very important to us as plastic surgeons. It is about record keeping data, retrieving data, and so on. So we have with us my dear friend Anushka. So she is in this IT and digitization and digitalization stuff. So we will be discussing with her about all these details, and she will guide us as to how we can make effective use of IT and help in better record keeping. So hi Anushka, how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
All good, all good. So essentially all my questions are going to be focused on plastic surgery. I will be asking you regarding the impact of IT on plastic surgery. But before going to that, can you tell us a bit about what actually is digitization? What actually is digitalization?
Right. So, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm very happy to talk to a doctor about IT. So, digitization and digitalization, first of all, these are two different terminologies.
Yeah.
Digitization is a simple like you have a register and you are converting that data in digital format. So, like basically you are capturing that data in Excel, and that is digitization. Digitalization has some broader aspect to it. So when you leverage the technology or advanced technology for business benefit, for change management, for creating a new value, then that is digitalization. And commonly used buzzword in the industry nowadays is digital transformation. So whenever you visit any kind of conference, you must have heard about digital transformation, digital health. So these are the words that are commonly used in the industry these days.
Right. So as plastic surgeons, our main concern is we don't have time to maintain the records. What we would like to have is pre-op photographs of the patient, post-op, followed by 3 months, followed by 3 years, followed by maybe 10, 12, 13 years or so. And that should be seamless, that should be easy, that shouldn't be very time consuming. We shouldn't have to go in and look for it. So the easier it is, the easier it is for us to maintain records, the more we tend to do it. So how can this IT and this all this stuff help us? I know there are a lot of softwares available in the market, but can you be more specific, more precise about how you can help us do it?
Right. So if you see there are say 14, 15 types of listed software available in India. And if you see for every software there are thousands of vendors, right? Thousands of options available for you to select from. Starting from OPD patient registration to hospital management, then your radiology kind of stuff, inventory management, pharma, everything there are. At the same time, for CRM, like we call it as customer relationship management, or you can say patient relationship management, finance, HR, and other kind of management stuff. There are multiple software available. You must have heard about artificial intelligence. So very commonly used word in every industry you can reach. So there are beautiful plugins that are available like chatbots, voice to text conversion kind of software, analytics software, decision making software, which you can just have those kind of plugins in your existing software and you can use it. Mostly doctors tell us that we don't have time to enter the data. We are very busy with interacting with the patient. You have your operations. Many doctors roam around in different hospitals for various surgeries and looking at patients. So they really have less time to enter that data.
Yes.
So there are different smart plugins available or apps available which you can use for capturing the data on the spot. Like you always have your mobile with you. You can go, you can visit your wherever you are going, and you can capture that data. So these kind of options are also available. Then there are some options available with respect to IoT, that is Internet of Things. These are sensor-based applications. We start from basically monitoring your basic parameters like your heartbeats, your steps, sleep. You must have heard about it. So from that to asset tracking, these kind of applications are also available under IoT. Nowadays, these applications are also used for hospital management. So there is you can say vast canvas in which the different kind of softwares are available, and it's just about you choosing the right one for you.
So Anushka, you talked about the various hi-fi things, chatbots, AI, obviously it is in vogue, IoTs and all these things. The general idea of the public is as plastic surgeons, we are with surgeons, but it is not so. We have poor surgeons, plastic surgeons are the poorest of all surgeons. So obviously, the next question, which is a typical Indian question, is how is it going to pinch our pockets? So how costly is it basically?
So first of all, I tell you that look at IT as an investment and not the expense. I'll give you one example. Whenever you come up with a new setup or you plan to have your own hospital, what do you think about? You think that there should be a good kind of environment in my setup. The devices, medical devices should be high-end, upgraded, good to use, latest in the market, well maintained. Then you look for a good consultant. If the setup is bigger, then you look for a good consultant that needs to be visited in your setup. So why you do all these kind of things? That is your investment, and at the end, you think that my clinical as well as the patient feedback should be good. My patient should feel good, and that is that for that particular end result, you do these kind of investment. So similar is with IT. So it's an investment, and I would say we can start small always. So of course there is a range of software, small IT tool, and then you can keep on using. Use a small IT tool, test it, get the outcome from that particular software, and then slowly you can start adding different kind of features to your software. There are two types of software we say. One is the on-premise kind of software and cloud-based software. Cloud, when you say on-premise software, it is a one-time investment. So you do all the capital investment one time and you just pay for AMC. So that is one kind of, I'll come to the amount also. And second is cloud, in which you don't have to do much capital investment in that. It's on yearly basis. But then it's not exactly the AMC. You have to pay the same amount on yearly basis. So coming to the average of it, a good software, legally compliant, and for say 30 bedded, 50 bedded hospital starts from 50,000, and then it can go in crores. Like this.
Annual cost you mentioned.
Yes. Yes. So as a consultant, we always recommend for a cloud-based setup, especially when it's a doctor-owned hospital and there is no formal corporate structure in the hospital. Because when you have on-premise kind of setup, there are a lot of responsibilities with respect to it. You should have a good network, then you should have a backup procedure in place. You have to maintain the access control and many other things are there. So we recommend to go for cloud-based software when you don't have a formal IT setup your hospital, your team.
Right, you have made that absolutely clear.
Olifont Solutions is an IT consultancy company assisting various doctors and hospitals to achieve their digital transformation goals. Olifont Solutions is a bridge between IT applications, software, and doctors, hospitals. They start the journey for any setup with a digital transformation assessment. Starting from identifying the appropriate software to assisting the setups as their extended IT team. In this journey, a team of Olifont consultants work very closely with respective IT vendors and compliance experts to give the hospital end-to-end results. They assist the hospitals in becoming ready for NABH digital accreditation and ABDM. Thank you. For any more details, you can connect them through contact details on screen.